If I want to be the best baseball hitter of all time, dude, I'm going to strike out a lot. Babe Ruth had the record for most home runs for a long, long time. He also had the records for the most strikeouts. Feeling the best. Hope you guys are ready.
I hear the reviews, I listen to them say they're fully impressed. Making more money, my happiness less. Take what I love and what about the taste.
Alright, hey guys!
Them best, I never regret. I never forget anything I've ever done. I'm playing my story from start till I finish. I'm taking this game for a run. Not checking my funds, I'm thinking the low. I just stay
having purpose. Like when I get in the gym, I know why I'm going. So let's go. I want to, I'm working towards this target. I bet you that's probably one of the times, if I was going to guess, you felt the most clarity of purpose and direction is probably when you were doing it. Did you like it every fucking day? Yeah. Great. You didn't do that probably the first time you did it, and if you did, man, you are lucky. But I guarantee you, there was probably some days a little bit more effort than others. You didn't always like, I love this, I love what I do for, that's something I built and developed over time.
Kill, trust, damn they get so greedy you can feel.
The wins, right? Everyone focuses on the wins, but what I want to focus on today is the losses. Because it's not, like, you can't win without losing. That's why we're talking about the losses. It's because what holds most people back is how they deal with the losses and how they view the losses. So you guys help me out with a list. What are some of the things that go in the loss column in our life? Okay, so we lose our attitude.
Someone says no to.
Okay, no is one. And yes, what leads to us losing our attitude is our perception of that thing, is how we talk to ourselves, how we view that thing. So my self-talk about a no, somebody saying no, rejection, might lead to me losing my attitude about what I'm doing for the day. You don't hit a goal. And I'm gonna break this into micro and macro. Other people, somebody cut you off on the way to work. Somebody wronged you. You ever make a mistake? You ever screw up?
Never.
You ever had a bad day? Right? When are these not gonna happen? Exactly. You have three choices. You choose what you do, right? You choose what you don't do, and then you choose how you respond to your environment. I think everybody understands, yeah, I choose what I do. I think everybody pretty much gets that. I don't think a lot of people take responsibility for what they don't do, right? Hey, I didn't study, hey, I didn't practice, I didn't network, right? I chose to not go to bed early. I chose to not do something. That leads to certain consequences. And then you also choose how you respond to the things around you. So that's kind of what we're talking about the most here, is things happen. You have a choice on how that's going to impact you. Our no's gonna happen today. Our bill's gonna happen that you don't like, or that you're not excited about, or that you're not prepared for sometimes, whatever, right? Are you gonna not hit a goal sometimes? Are you gonna have issues with your family? Are you gonna have issues with your friends sometimes? Are there gonna be rude people or rude customers out there? Are you gonna screw up? Or a bad day? Are you gonna have bad days? The only time that you can define your day as a bad day is based upon how you respond to all of these other things. So this one's a question mark. Hey, don't dwell. Because this is what happens, is people will get a no, and that no just eats at them. You're dwelling on the loss. You're carrying the loss with you, all right? It's not just a loss for the game now. Now you're losing more time. I don't hit a goal. Here's why you care a lot about losing, is because you're thinking micro, not macro. But like, when it comes to not hitting a goal, it's what's the macro? Like, what do you want 10, 15 years from now, right? Because whatever you want, you're gonna lose along the way a lot more than you win. People remember the wins way more than the losses. You just have to stop caring about losing so that you can actually get to the wins. Don't dwell, it leads to inactivity, right? This is why you gotta be surrounded by people that have the answers that you need to the questions, or in some cases, ask the questions that you don't know how to ask. I wanna help you get to the top of the mountain, and I'm willing to go down there and show you how I got to the top of the mountain. What I'm not willing to do is stand at the bottom of the mountain and complain about why it's hard to get to the top of the mountain. Right, what are some of the wins that you guys want? Like 15, 20 years from now, what are you gonna be doing? Name some of those wins. Okay, you're gonna run your own business. You're gonna run your own business. I don't think retirement's the correct word. I think it's freedom is what you're looking for. Because most of you still wanna make an impact, you still wanna make a difference, you still wanna do something you're passionate about. Because it's not retiring from a job that kills you, it's retiring from life. You wanna retire your parents, you wanna, you know what I mean, have that kind of freedom. You know, some of you wanna have nonprofits or organizations that do big things in your community, in the world, or whatever, right? Like whatever that is for you, awesome. So, those are the wins that you're looking for. Here's what you gotta remember. Everything that you want requires a sacrifice of equal value. Does that make sense? That's just how the world works. And here's what you gotta do. It's back to this, so that you want the wins. You have to love losing. Because it's the process that you're looking for. If I wanna be the best baseball hitter of all time, dude, I'm gonna strike out a lot. Babe Ruth had the record for most home runs for a long, long time. He also had the records for the most strikeouts. Every time that he would get up to bat, he would point at the fence every single time, and in his mind, every time, I'm hitting this out of the park. Record for strikeouts. Guess what? He just didn't care, because losing is a part of the process. And you have to love failure. Everybody wants the wins, man, and everybody wants the fuzzy feeling. But, you know, it's not gonna be easy, like the size of the wins that you want. Remember, unless you want little wins, like if you want little losses, little pain, right, then no problem, but you're gonna get little wins. It's like lifting weights. You have to go through the process of struggle, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to have to add weight to the bar, and you're going to have to challenge yourself in order to get the big striations. And you really think of all these things that we dwell on and that we're not excited about, and oh, woe is me. Remember, 400 trillion to 1. That's the chance that you had of even being born human in the first place. When you look at your life, the timeline of your life, these losses, these small events, some people allow those things to be the story of their life and they don't get past it, right? But our negatives that we deal with living in the United States are nothing compared to what more than 50% of the world population deal with on a day-to-day basis.
'Cause heartbreak turns into all the music I make. Good things come from negatives, things change. Good luck trying to stop it, taking action, y'all just keep.
Listen, I just feel the idle time that most people spend in silence or thinking and pondering, which usually takes you to, you know, Negtown, population U.
Won't heal the ones that keep fucking cutting you.
Time slows down for no one. This life isn't for.
On Johanna's story and background, so for anybody out there, so what's your story?
Went from school district, going through Macy's, working the retail environment, feeling like I didn't get my true potential out to people. So then I found this amazing ad on Craigslist. When I first started the business, I was in a relationship where I didn't really have to pay for anything. So I would just literally just come to work, and that was all it was, going to work, going home. Until it got to a point where Curtis really wanted to figure out why I'm here. So we both, and when I say we both, I had that aha moment as far as what I wanted out of the business, and then I started going towards it, honestly. Having a special needs foundation, having 11 acres and my little mini family, and just like a farm, honestly. Something that I've always dreamt of having. Main thing is I'm a very independent person. I've always worked for what I wanted. I've never had anything handed to me, and I wasn't gonna start now. So I just figured, seeing my boyfriend, you know, being like the breadwinner of the family and everything, I envy that. So I was like, well, I wanted to do it too, and it changed a lot for me, honestly. Not only personally, but mentally as well. My family got into it, started pushing me more, and I just overall just seen a different me, honestly. But it was a me that I appreciated, I respected a lot more, I value so much more.
But on that subject, because here's the deal. So I don't know why I just have this infatuation for women being successful. I think it's because of I had a single mom, you know what I mean, had to do her own thing, a ton of respect for like what she did, even to put us in a position to like do what we ended up doing, and so on. So because I know that there's a lot of people that are watching this that are kind of in that moment. There's a lot of young people, especially young women, and sometimes men, where they're super young, but they are in a relationship, and the pressures of like roles and not really knowing what you want, and that holds, I think, a lot of people back from their true potential. So can you elaborate a little bit on why you decided to start working in the first place?
Now, the funny thing is, I've never had a relationship like I had previously. I've never had a guy who just did everything for me. I wasn't really used to that, honestly. But at the same time, it was nice to have, but it wasn't a need to have. So I just got good of, you know, wanting to do things on my own. If he's not there, how am I gonna pay my bills? Just how is that gonna work out? So I have to picture it just being me by myself, honestly, as far as what do I need to do in order to either pay my bills or to get where I want in life, or just kind of have goals in general, honestly. So I just decided to just started doing me.
So that time to the time you got to management, what are some other challenges that you had to overcome?
Honestly, main was time. The quality of time that I was given to work compared to personal, honestly. That amount of effort that I was putting in, it's just, the things that really changed was just me, honestly. The things that I really wanted to do, the things I wasn't gonna let get in my way, just shit in general, honestly. I had an ultimate goal. I wanted to hit it. I wanted to hit it in a timely fashion, and I knew that some of the things that I was doing or how I was going about things was gonna kind of put a damper on it, so I just maximized my time.